You opened your eyes, seeing you were wearing the same thing. You looked at the clock to see it had been an hour since then. Well, you hoped. It looked to be like you were in a medical room. You had been lying in a bed. To your right was Nomu, unmoving. You raised your body. What happened racing through your body? It looks like the other has awake. The old woman spoke as you then looked to your left. Where am I? You asked. You then noticed Mina was in the bed next to you. Mina looked to be asleep, bandage wrapped around her arms, both her legs, and some here and there. Did it go that bad when you blacked out? Next to her was Kirishima, who was sitting on a stool. He then nodded with a forced smile. Bakugou had been sitting on a stool next to you as well, which had been to your left. He had been looking down at the floor, unresponsive. The elderly woman then hit him on the head with her cane. "Let me sit, young man. I need to speak with her." The elderly woman spoke. Bakugou scoffed, stood up, and leaned on the wall next to Nomu. "Your big fellow brought you here and Miss Mina into my infirmary. These two boys came in screaming and crying for help right behind him." She spoke. "Something about Quirk. Is she alive?" you asked. The elderly woman's face went from happy to stern. "If she wasn't, I wouldn't be talking to you like this right now." She then coughed. "But more importantly, did you lie about the nature of your quirk, or did you really not know?" she asked. "And what happened if you used it?" she continued. Tears had begun to come from your eyes. I swear, I don't know. I only used it once, when I manifested it." The old lady grumbled over your gaze towards Bakugou. Now, there's no need to curse, and besides, you would have lied to me to protect your girlfriend. Her attention then turned back to you. "If it is okay, I would like to make a quick quirk evaluation, so I know what happened here and whatever or not it is your fault or not." You nodded, a sure coming after. "First, I need you to answer a few family-related questions, and then tell me what you think your quirk is before I make the physical exam." She walked to her desk, taking out a notepad and returning to your side. "What is your father's quirk?" "All for one." Everyone in the room that was awake shocked a bit, except for Bakugou. She then looked at Bakugou. "Where did you find this girl again?" "I asked her out on a date at the mall." She then looked back to you. "What is your mother's quirk?" she asked. "I don't know. I was too young." You shook your head. She continued to take more notes. Then you proceeded to answer every question she had. Meanwhile, Mina had woken up in between those. She and Kirishima were listening intently when you reached the part where you met Bakugou. The old lady then raised one of her hands. "All right, that's enough. After seeing Mina's wounds and your explanation, I have a theory. Can you walk?" You nodded. "Great. And then follow me." You followed her into the side room, meant for examination, and it only took 10 minutes for her measuring of your body, checking for any mutations you may have, checking your blood pressure, taking some blood samples. She was especially interested in your hands, shoulders, and head. After she was done, you went back to she writing up a storm. When you returned, the others were anticipated for answers. "So, what's your real quirk?" Kirishima blunted out. You shocked you ended up having to wait for the older woman for around 10 minutes granted. Bakugou was leaning up against the wall next to Nomu. I don't know, okay? I'm sorry." You teared again. "Hey, don't be sad. Recovery Girl is one hell of a nurse. Just wait a day or two." Mina spoke weakly. She then hummed. "But to be honest, when I was withering in pain, yeah, I was mad, but now I'm just curious about the truth. Honestly, you didn't care about your quirk right now. You don't even care about the girl whose hands are practically burnt." You were worried about your relationship with Bakugou. Would he break up with you over this right now? Oh, wait! What were you thinking? Of course you were worried for the girl, for sakes. Metaphorically, a tail between your legs, you walked back to your bed and sat down, feeling bad at the thoughts that you just had in your head. No one spoke a word until Recovery Girl came back. She slowly approached you and gave her notes. It is not up to me to announce your quirk to the world, and I also refrain from telling the global defense effort of your quirk. They would surely be interested in it, but I feel as if enough damage was caused today. I don't want to be responsible for your vanishing. You had skipped through all the calculations. You just wanted to know, what was your real answer? What was the answer to your quirk? No, it couldn't be. Scarlet Empress. You lightly spoke. It shocked everyone in the room. Disables the person's natural resistance for their own quirk. Bakugou looked at his hands, feeling a rush of relief come over him. If he was to challenge you in a fight, his arms would surely be a goner. I didn't know, I swear. You spoke. Well, for now, I think we are done here. Recovery Girl spoke, then turned to Mina. You will stay here until tomorrow, but I can't guarantee there won't be any scars, though I'm positive. You can still use your quirk again, just for now your skin will be very sensitive. Now that thing happened, I feel it. Bakugou was taken aback by the sudden words by the Nomu. Wait, so you didn't know and didn't say anything? Came Bakugou's excuse. Oh my god. Nomu feeling, smell, fear. Nomu not know lady's quirk. And Nomu knew lady afraid of hurting friends. Good friend, or not abandoning lady on accident. He looked at Mina. Thanks, big guy. She awkwardly smiled. So what now? You asked, both concerned and curious. You're coming with me, said Bakugou. When making moves to leave the infirmary, you felt your pounding heart. Once outside, he pressed you up against the wall, his fist crushing right next to your head. Your eyes wide in fear. I have no idea if I believe all that shit you just said, Bakugou said, but I really want to. It's not your fault, I think. But I really want to know. His voice was laced with desperation. He really didn't want you to be the bad guy here, but his intentions was telling him the opposite. He just couldn't get over this. The infirmary door suddenly opened. Nomu stepped outside, then blinked. Thinking he burst into an intimate moment, so he quickly closed the door. Bakugou sighed. There's a festival next week. Don't be late. And with that, he turned around to leave while still in earshot. You asked, Are we still a couple? And he stopped in his tracks. If I were to break up with you, you wouldn't need to ask, because I'd make it clear. He continued walking. Love you. That's the last thing you said before turning the corner. Hey guys, I just want to say, starting to this point, everything is originally written by me, because the next couple of chapters, the main chapter had been deleted. I think it was chapter 4 that got deleted, and so I had to improvise a lot for chapter 8. And I'm kind of thinking, instead of doing Ethereal this week I should say, I want to finish all of the parts that I have been working on, because I mean there are people who have asked for a lot of stuff, mostly continuations of chapters, and I kind of feel bad because some of the parts, like if I were to do them every weekend, they would not be able to get that until like the end of the month, and I feel bad for them to have to wait that long just to get their story. So just letting you know that I'm going to do this whole week as new ones, and also so you guys can listen to the more newer ones sooner than having to wait like a week, because I will tell you this part was uploaded like almost 2 weeks ago, so my bad, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.